Hey everybody, in today's Motivational Monday, I'm going to address a question I get asked every single session. Is it okay to eat eggs or not? Hey everybody, and welcome to Motivational Monday, where you can learn how simple shifts in your habits can lead to profound results in the way that you feel and in the way that you look. So as I mentioned in my intro, that's a question I get asked virtually every single appointment. Is it okay to eat eggs? And it's a great question. About 50 years ago, the dietary guidelines in America stated that cholesterol in food directly contributed to cholesterol in your body. So for 50 years, dietary advice has been based on this premise that you should not be eating cholesterol-rich foods in order to prevent heart disease. Well, it looks like in 2015, those dietary guidelines are going to be overturned and there are going to be new ones in place. So while this has not been finalized, it does appear that this dietary guideline that's been in place for 50 years is going to be reversed due to the fact that there's been 60 years of research that has shown pretty conclusively that there is no dietary link to cholesterol in food to cholesterol in your body, to elevated cholesterol in your body. That's a huge finding, and what's amazing about that is that many nutritionists already knew that and already believed that and were recommending eggs to their patients years ago without worrying that it was going to increase their cholesterol level. So while it's important that you know that you can have some eggs, it's also important to understand that there are other things you might have to avoid to keep your cholesterol level down. So if you're looking to lower your cholesterol and keep your cholesterol levels down, I have plenty of information and videos in the archives that you can refer to. But just to let you know right here, since you're watching this video now, the one kind of fat that you really have to be careful about including in your diet, because it has been shown to increase your cholesterol level, is the kinds of fats called trans fats. So these are partially hydrogenated or hydrogenated fats that are basically, they take fats and they cook them at high temperatures and they create certain bonds that make them increase their shelf life. So they put this in packaged foods and prepared foods, and things like margarine are made of these hydrogenated oils. So that's the type of oil that you want to totally avoid in your diet, because they have unequivocally been linked to elevated cholesterol levels. But cholesterol in eggs, that is actually now safe. So what I want to be clear about is this: when you're looking at your cholesterol on your blood work, it's still very important what your serum cholesterol is, meaning your cholesterol level is still a relevant and important risk factor to manage in order to prevent heart disease. What doesn't correlate, though, is that if you eat cholesterol from food, such as you find in eggs, that will contribute to elevated serum cholesterol. So you still have to worry about your cholesterol, you just don't have to worry about consuming it in foods and having that have an impact on your overall cholesterol level. So in addition to avoiding the hydrogenated and the partially hydrogenated oils, there are other things you want to look to do to help maintain a healthy serum cholesterol. First, you want to raise your good cholesterol. That's your HDL cholesterol. So again, I have plenty of videos in the archives, but very briefly, you want to reduce the amount of sugars that you take in, and you want to increase the amount of exercise that you do in order to raise your good cholesterol. You want to lower your triglycerides, because triglycerides, they're a factor in your cholesterol levels, are directly related to how high your good cholesterol is. So the higher triglycerides are, the lower your good cholesterol. And the way to lower your triglycerides is through exercise and the reduction of sugar and refined carbohydrates. So certainly look at that. And then you want to look at your total cholesterol and your LDL cholesterol. The LDL cholesterol is your bad cholesterol, and the things that affect that are things like trans fats and hydrogenated oils. So the best way to clean it up is to start cleaning up your diet from any packaged or processed food and start eating a whole foods diet. And that change can by itself make a big difference in your cholesterol. So I would just like to add one prudent amendment to this entire idea about eggs. Now, I recommend eggs regularly, and I recommend them for people with cholesterol problems, people who are trying to prevent heart disease. So people, the average person, people who are trying to navigate their diet, they're exercising, they're doing certain things to help protect themselves, and they're taking fairly good care of themselves, and they have not yet developed heart disease or any sort of serious problem. So there is the vast majority of people are in that category, and therefore eggs, for the most part, are okay. If, however, you're a person that has progressive heart disease, which means you've had a heart attack or you've had multiple stents put in, and you're really navigating a fragile path to protect your heart, or if you have had a parent that died of a massive heart attack at an early age, like in your 30s, then I would say that what you might want to consider is more of a plant-based vegan diet, because that diet has been proven to be more therapeutic for that progressive sort of heart disease. The general population, like I said, just trying to keep your cholesterol levels down, trying to protect your heart from heart disease, just, trying to hold it all together, eggs are totally fine. But if you are more in this fragile state that you've had problems with your heart before, or you have a really big history of heart disease in your family, then you really want to think about more plant-based, less fat, less eggs as well in general. So I hope that made sense. It's just a little tiny amendment, but it's really just I just want to delineate that there are some populations, some people that really need to have more advanced care. So the bottom line is eggs are okay. So if you're the average person that's taking pretty good care of themselves and you're still struggling about whether you should do egg whites or whole eggs, do the whole egg. If you're still a little bit nervous about that because this information feels way too new for you or way too cutting edge, then do maybe one egg with egg whites. I do find in my experience that people who do the whole egg have way better energy levels, less cravings, less of an appetite, less hunger pains throughout the morning than people that just do egg whites. One thing I will add though, try to get organic eggs. You want to get eggs that do not have antibiotics or hormones and are fed healthy food so that the fat ratio inside the egg is not skewed and creates imbalances in your body. So like I said, if you have cholesterol problems or you're trying to prevent or manage heart disease, I have plenty of information in the archives that you can check out to help educate yourself and then put together a plan that works for you on how to eat, how to take care of yourself to help protect you from developing heart disease. If you're still on the fence about whether eggs are good for you or not, or if that's the right approach for you, then it's always a good suggestion to talk to your cardiologist and get their feedback as to what might be the best approach for you. But I do want to hear from you. Do you struggle with including eggs in your diet? What has been your philosophy and approach towards keeping your cholesterol down, and does it include eggs? I really am curious to hear, because there are some people that really understand that information has been outdated for a long time, and there's a lot of people that are really afraid because some information is just kind of hardwired and hard to undo. So I do want to hear your comments in the link below. If you're watching on YouTube, you can click just below the video and it'll bring you right over to the blog, and please comment there. I would love to hear your feedback. So if you like tips like this and you're looking for more of them, then please come over to BarbaraMendezNutrition.com and you can sign up for the mailing list there. Once you do, you will automatically receive an email from me every Monday with either a written or a video blog with some suggestion or inspirational tip to help move you closer to your health goals. You can follow me on Facebook or Twitter, and if you know anybody that's interested in information like this, please pass the video on to them. I would love for you to share it. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a wonderful Monday, and I hope you have a great week.